Hello, everyone. Not morning. It's 5 p.m. I was about to say good morning, but it's not good morning at all. How are you?
I feel invigorated by these last episodes that I watched.
Oh, me too. It brought me back to life, I think.
Yeah, honestly, I was like, oh my god, I have to watch 11 more episodes, but then I started watching and I was like, no, this is good.
Yeah, no, I also was like, oh my god, we have to film in 2 days,
Yeah.
and I'm have 6 episodes left. I watched them all in one night, and I stayed up till 3 a.m.
Oh, I just watched every episode in the last 24 hours. I'm feeling very fresh about it.
Okay. So before we started, I was scrolling through BuzzFeed. That's not true. I was not scrolling through BuzzFeed. I saw this. I don't even know where I found this. Oh, I know why. Because I thought about how they will Glee will do episodes that are they're trying to be conscious about the times, and they just don't do it.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I was like, what if they had done a Glee coronavirus episode? And I was like, I'm sure someone has already thought about this somehow. So I Googled it, and there's a BuzzFeed article called "People Are Tweeting About What a Glee Coronavirus Episode Would Look Like." And so people were describing what they thought a Glee coronavirus episode would look like. They're so funny. Okay, so I'm gonna read you a couple of these. So this one says, "Thank God Glee is canceled because I couldn't handle an episode of Kurt singing a Dua Lipa song to Blaine over FaceTime as he battles the coronavirus." It's because I know they would do that.
But it would be so good to hear Glee Club sing Dua Lipa.
Absolutely. It's so sad that we're never going to.
I think about the
Everyone,
Grande.
yeah.
Had an Ariana Grande episode.
Oh, probably. That's what a missed opportunity. Okay. Everyone count your blessings that we don't have to sit through a coronavirus episode of Glee called Quarren Gleed or something, where Rachel convinces herself that she's sick and then they all sing a song together on Zoom. It's so good. Okay, this one made me laugh because it doesn't make any sense, but they would. If Glee had a coronavirus episode, it would consist of Rachel refusing to follow quarantine orders, resulting in her forcing the Glee Club to attend rehearsal and getting everyone sick. Then, after everyone recovers, they would make a Zoom call and perform Doja Cat's Say So.
No. Oh my god.
Yeah, and then there's a bunch like that. I'll put it on the Instagram post so that you can see the other ones because they're so funny. And it's sad that we will never get any more Glee social commentary.
It's so funny.
Okay, so
does that right now?
Huh?
Do we have a show that does that right now?
I mean, not a musical one. Tragic. Okay, so season 1B. Overall thoughts.
Thoughts on the whole thing?
Just as a overall.
Way better than the first half.
Yeah, it's so good.
Because I'm gonna be honest, the reason why I was so well, first of all, I graduated over the weekend, so I had all that stuff going on.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about watching Glee, but the first half, I was just so oh my
bored.
God, bored. I was like, where's the flavor? But also some of the episodes, I would be doing something while I was watching, and I'd be like, it's still going. We're still watching this episode, and it's more towards the middle of this group where I was like, what? There's just so much that happens. So much, and I do I like this half better because this is where more of my favorite guest stars come in.
Yes, yeah.
So not guest stars.
I also think that it feels more like the split should have been 1 through 13 because at sectionals a couple storylines end, and then we get a couple new ones from 14 to 22. But I didn't know about that when we were splitting them, so we're just gonna talk about them right now. Okay, so episode 12, Mattress. When the Glee Club is left out of the yearbook because of budget cuts, everyone seems to be relieved that they won't have to suffer the ridicule of years past. Everyone except Rachel, who wants her legacy cemented in print. Meanwhile, Quinn makes it her mission to be in the Cheerios yearbook photo despite her pregnancy, and Terry and Will's relationship is shaken to its core. This is a fun episode.
I love the mattress I love that.
It's so good.
It's so good. Uh, I love
So
it.
what are your thoughts?
My first note is like, well, we get like Will and Sue like arguing again, as always.
Uh-huh.
See, this part of just Will and Sue is just like crazy. Like this second half of the season.
Oh yeah. Oh,
It
I
it was
know. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
anyway, and then he said to Sue like, "Stop with the pointless vendetta," and I was like, "T." I was like, "T,"
Yeah.
because like even this like these 11 episodes, like her vendetta, it like
All
it's
over the
like
place.
what is happening with Sue? I don't know. Is she okay? No, she's not.
No.
And Rachel always mentioned this is the second time Rachel has mentioned the ACLU. Like
Yeah.
so
Specific.
I know. It just stuck with me. She just keeps on mentioning her dad's in relation to the ACLU. And I'm
Yeah.
just that's not
What did I write? Okay, I love there's like a montage at the beginning when they're basically describing about the yearbook where they show all of Rachel's club
yeah.
photos. It's so funny. And like when they show her in the Muslim club and they
Yeah,
just show her up front and center, I'm like, oh my god. But it's like, yeah, like Rachel would do that.
she would.
I
This
love
is
it. It's a great little montage.
the episode where Will finds out of that Terry
Yes.
pregnant anymore, which is I have so many feelings about that scene. It makes
Me
me so
too.
uncomfortable. I literally wrote, I do not like how he grabbed her like that.
No. Okay, what did I write? Hold on. The way Will confronts Terry was so scary. I did not like how he grabbed her. It's weird.
It's so uncomfortable. Like, if he's supposed to be like what the sensitive like Glee Club.
Yes.
No, he's supposed to be Justin Timberlake. Justin Timberlake would never.
Justin Timberlake would never. No.
It was so, I was literally so uncomfortable. It was like I was like, but I didn't like either of them. So I was like, I just feel generally uncomfortable. I cannot the situation because both of them are acting crazy.
Yeah. No. But it's. I think later on in another episode as well. Like Will does something where I'm like he definitely has some anger issues, like down repressed.
And then there's one point where like I felt bad for Terry first, but then she said, this marriage works because you don't like yourself. And I was like,
Yeah.
what? And you still want to be in a relationship? What? I don't.
It's just so. But I'm not gonna lie.
When he
Like
grabbed her arm, I was just like, why do you need to like
it was not necessary,
no,
uncalled for.
no.
And he like rips it out, like
Yeah.
the belly. I'm like, oh my god.
No.
But like, yes, I was completely staring at my screen. Like I stopped whatever I was doing, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
it's a good scene. Like even though Will is annoying, it's a good scene.
I guess I just think they could have handled it a little bit better.
Yeah.
Is this
What
the same
else?
episode? No. That's
What?
the next episode. Never mind.
What else? Oh my god, when they were singing "Jump" on the mattresses,
Yes.
and Artie is in the corner holding a sign that says "Jump." No. Sometimes
it's so good.
no, it is. What they do with Artie during some songs is so creative. I'm sure there's other. I don't remember any right now, but there are some good ones. So yeah, in this song, Rachel and Finn sing "Smile."
I literally have Smile is so good.
It is. It really is.
Good. You can't tell me like they are really good at like singing duets together.
They are.
You're so that like
in this second half, we
give them that much power, but like the amount of like songs that I have written down are like a lot of like Finn and Rachel. Like we didn't get that much see this part, but like when they happened, I was like, yes, give it to me. I love it.
We get some good like combos in the second half. Some random duets that I'm like, wow, that did great. Okay. Episode 13, Sectionals. Sectionals is finally here for the Glee Club, but when Quinn's secret unravels, the club may not be able to recover in time to compete. Since Will has been disqualified from the competition, Emma steps up and tells him that she will take the kids to sectionals as the club's faculty advisor, even though her wedding is on the same day. and Will makes a potentially life-changing decision. Meanwhile, Sue's scheming hits an all-time high as Jane Addams Academy and Haverbrook School for the Deaf perform the New Direction set list. Okay. I don't know where to start.
At the beginning of this episode, it's like all of them know that Puck is the dad. Besides like Rachel. And then I literally texted you. I was like, how do we all know that Puck is the dad?
Yeah.
Like, how do we know that? I don't also wait, hold
on. Well, okay, they definitely like started off with them knowing, but us not knowing that they know. Which like, okay, I guess we didn't need to see each one of them individually find out. I don't know.
But in the first half of the season, it's when Quinn's parents find out and she's living with Finn at this point, right?
No, she's living with Puck.
She's living with Puck?
Yeah, she never lived with Finn. She moved in with Puck because I remember later on when she moves in with Mercedes, she goes like, Puck's mom is driving me crazy.
Okay, I totally missed that part because at the very end, like I was like,
wait, am I wrong?
You must be right because I probably wasn't paying attention like to that. Because at some episodes, the ones that felt really long, I was just like, they're so I don't even know what's going on. We'll get there. But okay, so she ends up living with Mercedes. I was very confused. Yeah, because she does. Okay, no, yes, we are full circle now.
Let's keep going.
And there was a line about when they're all like talking about how did Rachel find out that Puck was the dad, and then Santana was saying like, well, sex doesn't mean we're dating.
Mm-hmm.
And then Brittany was like, yeah, if it did, that means Santana and I were dating. And I was like,
I wrote that down too. I do like how there are a lot of shows that will like maybe the word is queerbait. I don't know if that applies to the situation, but they'll like drop little hints like that and then just never lead it into anything. But Glee actually does. So that's good job for Glee doing that because that's the first time that I've seen that actually like a joke expand to something, which is fun.
Yeah, and then Mercedes had a fit about how Rachel always got solos. Even I have such issues with, okay, wait, no, that happens after sectional. But her solo, and Rachel was being nice to her. She gave credit where credit was due.
Okay.
But then it ended up working out for Rachel anyways.
Of course it does.
So it's okay because Mercedes ate her solo.
She did.
Eat that. And then freaking Rachel immediately goes and runs to Finn and tells him. And I was like, sis, that is not your business to be sharing. Why are you telling him? She didn't even run it by Quinn at all or Puck or anybody. No.
And it's a very selfish, like she was doing it for herself 100%. Like she's like, Finn, I want to tell you because I'm like, shut up. You're literally doing it for yourself. 100%.
And also I have noted Quinn's bump grew so much since the last episode.
Okay, I wrote that too. I don't know where, but I was like, Quinn doesn't have a bump and oh, sorry, we were both talking. Go ahead. Okay.
They did not do a good job of being consistent with the bump.
No.
At all.
No, not at all. It's like, so she gives birth in the finale. Yeah. And the bump shows up 3 episodes before that. Yeah. And other than that, you never see it.
Yeah. It's so weird.
Okay.
And also, like, the whole big issue in this episode, like, Sue and Will, is like, oh, she doesn't have enough money for the Cheerios. But the Glee kids only get $60 a week.
Yeah.
So it's like, how is that making a dent in your budget? I don't understand.
What did else? No, yeah, it definitely doesn't make sense because the whole like Cheerios budget, they always use that as an excuse, and they're always like, Sue, you already have too much money. So for it to be that little amount and to cause this whole thing, I'm like, it doesn't feel like enough to cause this huge scandal.
No, but then at the end, it's just like Sue's just doing it for shits and giggles.
No, literally.
Really. And I have a lot of notes on this episode.
Me too, but I'm like reading them and I'm like, what? Okay, so basically what Sue does is she gives the set list to the other 2 coaches and she's like, split this up and you're going to do it before so that they go last, and it's basically like they don't have a set. But then one of the, I think it was the Jane McAdams school for the girls or whatever, that does the wheelchair number. And I'm like, it doesn't make sense. And I feel like anyone could have clearly seen that they stole it when the other Glee Club literally has a kid in a wheelchair.
I think that's the point.
Oh.
I like how Emma stood up for them.
Yes. Go Emma.
I was like, okay, Emma. She got over her anxiety for 2 seconds. Go on.
Yeah.
And then I forget what I wrote, but I said that chores, that choreo at the end. I don't know what the last song was. But
let me read. I have it right here. So they sing. It opens with "Don't Rain on My Parade." Rachel sings that. Then they sing "You Can't Always Get What You Want," and then they sing "My Life Would Suck Without You."
Yeah, "My Life Would Suck Without You." The choreo at the end, they did like a line dancing thing. They did so many different things, and I was like, what is happening? I don't understand. But "Don't Rain on My Parade" and like,
yes.
That is everything to me. I used to sing that song constantly. I used to think that like my parents couldn't hear me, but my walls are very thin and my house is small, and my parents definitely heard me screaming "Don't Rain on My Parade." I wanted to sing that so bad.
It's such a good song.
So good. I wanted to. But yeah, that's pretty much it for episode 13.
I mean, I also wrote okay, so this is the first episode where they kind of start with the judges are guest stars, which is like one of my favorite parts of the whole show. So in this one we got Anna Camp. She's one of the guest judges. But she's not playing herself, she's playing like a different character. So I don't know, I like that they do that in every sort of competition, is where they have random guest judges because it's really funny. And then the dialogue during the not sectionals, regionals is so funny. And then I also write, I like that Ken dumped Emma, not the other way around. Yeah. Because I feel like Ken was just so abused throughout the entire show. So I like that it was his decision and not Emma's, because, sorry, Emma, but you were asking for it. Like, you literally deserve that, the way she was treating him. Yeah. Okay, so that's it. That was basically the first half of the season, because we wrap up the Terry pregnancy storyline. Okay, so episode 14, Hell fresh off their monumental win at sectionals, New Directions is on top of the world. With an extra spring in their step, they get to work on a new number for regionals. But when Rachel and Finn's budding romance hits a bump in the road after she becomes involved with the competitor Jessie St. James, it threatens to derail the entire club. Mr. Schuster pays a visit to Shelby Corcoran, coach of Vocal Adrenaline, to I can't read this. All the words are so complicated. To confirm Jessie's motives. Meanwhile, Will is newly single, but is he ready to take his relationship with Emma to the next level? And to top it all off, Sue Sylvester returns from her condo in Boca with a renewed focus on destroying Will and disbanding the Glee Club. Because why not?
I have this one starred, so this means that this is one of my favorites.
Me too. I love this episode. Okay, go.
I remember when I got this, I was like, I remember really liking this episode, and I watched it, and I was like, yes, because this is where like the new storylines start, and I love Jessie, and I love Shelby Conquerin,
yeah,
so much, and also it starts off that Finn and Rachel were dating, and I was like, when did they decide that they were dating? When did that happen? But I don't care. Sure. And then, I don't know what Will's fascination is with kissing Emma at work. Stop that. He kept on trying this whole season to kiss her while they were at school, and I was like, sir.
Yeah.
Like couples that were like together at our high school, but they never once tried to, at least to my knowledge, tried to kiss.
Well, I definitely saw a few teacher interactions.
Okay, okay, I know.
No, you know what I mean by interactions.
Yeah, but like, I mean, like, I'm talking about like our vice principal and his wife that was the English teacher.
Okay.
Their names are. But
I don't remember.
They were like married, and like it was like, aw, cute.
That's true. They were more professional. Will is just unprofessional.
The AP teacher.
What AP? You want me to say the name?
No, but you know.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Oh, yeah, they never like.
No, not at all.
They were married, but like, you know, they kept it professional. Is what I'm trying to say. They did. So people can do that. Just Will's always horny.
Oh my god, I just remembered. Okay, So basically, episode 13, I think, was like the mid-season split. So like basically, when it was originally airing, there was like a gap between 13 and 14, and so yeah, they left it with a couple cliffhangers. Two of them being, Emma said she was leaving the school. She said she was quitting, and Sue got fired. And you think that those are gonna have consequences? They literally fixed that in the first 5 minutes of the episode.
True. I literally didn't even care about that. I didn't care about what's happening.
It made me so mad because I was like, if you're gonna give a cliffhanger like this, have it have actual consequences instead of fixing it in the first 5 minutes. Because I think, I don't know if we ever get to see Sue outside of the school, but seeing her having to wear like other clothes and like try to cope as not being a teacher would be interesting to see. Yeah, I don't think we ever saw that though. I might be wrong.
And then Finn breaks up with Rachel, and he's like,
yes.
to my inner rock star. He says that. All these boys have like a fascination with living a rock star life. Very interesting. Middle America truly amazes me. That is from Middle America. It just really interesting. And then Rachel like just totally said everything to him, and he said, "You're freaking me out. It's like you're inside my head." Funny. I love it.
What else?
And it was on like a threesome date with Brittany.
Yeah.
So random.
Yeah.
It isn't a rock star, I guess.
At the fake Olive Garden breadsticks.
Yeah. Where the breadsticks are literally like the freaking hard ones. Like, oh my god, it pisses me off so much.
I don't know. It's Ohio.
I guess. I mean, I've never been to Ohio.
Me either.
I don't know. We should go to Ohio.
We go to the school. The school's, wait, where's the school? The real one.
I don't know.
Someone went to it.
We can easily Google this.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. It's just like, I remember someone I know from our show choir going, and I was like, this is a real place. I don't know why I thought it was a set.
I definitely thought it was a set.
No, it's real.
I think some parts are sets.
Oh, probably like the choir room.
Yeah. Like the parts that they like film inside. I don't know.
The auditorium has to be real.
Yeah. Okay, we'll look it up.
Okay. Anyway.
Introduce Jesse St. James in this episode.
Yes.
I love Jesse St. James so much. I know he's like kind of like a side villain, but like
yeah, he is.
I don't care. You know who's worse than him? Sebastian. Sebastian is worse than Jesse St. James. But like, oh god.
Oh my god! Take a breath. I don't know. I just was never. He was weird. I don't know. Well, okay.
The amount of Queen songs that man sang,
Yeah. Well, I feel like not a lot of people can pull them off, but he definitely could.
I have that written down for that.
What am I?
Oh, and then they all get mad at Rachel because of like her like outing Puck and stuff. And then Kurt said, "Everyone is replaceable, even you." But then at sectionals, we're also like, we can't do without Rachel. Like, we can't. Like, she sings so well. But then anytime that it's convenient for them, they're like, who cares what you do? No, I want the solo. Like, y'all had the opportunity, and y'all
literally
can't do without her. So pick it up. I can't.
Okay, so in this episode, Emma and Will. First of all, Will's a mess in this episode, but Emma and Will are supposed to have a date in this episode, and Terry shows up while Emma is showing up, like setting up the date. I love that scene, and at the end when Terry like clinks the fork.
Oh God,
I love that part. It's so good. I literally wrote
any scene that Emma is in.
I've noticed.
I don't care.
That's why I have to bring it up, because I love Emma. I think she's great. We have very different tastes in characters.
Yes.
Like the exact opposite.
Podcast, we get all sides covered.
No, yeah. And then I wrote, a Finn quote that I liked. I think it's one of the best Finn quotes ever. He says, "I'm not just some guy you met at the, oh my God, I'm not just some guy you met at the music store that you can blow off. I don't give up that easy." I was like, oh.
I love Finn.
Oh, okay. This is the reason why I love this episode, because we both said that we love this episode. I wrote the best example of an episode where the music makes sense to the episode and plot and emotions of the characters. They're not just shoehorning something in from the top 100.
And bring us the songs. What are the songs?
Exactly. Okay, so the songs are basically the assignment that Will gives them is the song has to say hello in the title, but they play with it because a couple of the songs have hell instead of hello. So Finn sings "Hello, I Love You." Rachel sings "Gives You Hell" with everyone except Finn. Jesse and Rachel sing "Hello" in the library. "Highway to Hell," Jesse performs it with vocal adrenaline, and then they all perform "Hello, Goodbye," the Target commercial song.
"Hello, I Love You" from Finn is so good.
It really is.
And then "Highway to Hell." Yes.
They're all good. I have no complaints about the song choices in this episode.
Yeah, the songs are great. This was just a good episode.
It's such a good episode. But "Gives You Hell" is my favorite.
Yeah, and there's a lot of plot into it, and all of the plots did something, I think.
Yes. Okay, so that is our consensus. We love this episode. Episode 15 is the Madonna episode, "The Power of Madonna." It's a tribute episode to the artist Madonna, only featuring songs by her. After Sue uses her love and inspiration for Madonna, she begins to train and ask her Cheerios to emulate her. Mr. Schuster is concerned that the girls in Glee Club are being disrespected and bullied by the guys. Looking at Madonna and her musical message of equality as inspiration, he challenges the entire team to choose Madonna songs as their assignment in the hopes that the girls embrace her strength, independence, and confidence, and that the guys will see the error of their misogynistic ways. The Glee Club takes the assignment to heart as they perform some of Madonna's greatest hits.
I didn't really like this episode too much.
No, I don't care.
Thing. Yes, that's what happened, but nothing happened at the same time. And also, his baby bump is non-existent in this episode.
No, not at all.
And "Express Yourself," flat tummy. I was like, what? Where is her bump?
And she's skinny too.
Yeah, she's skinny.
So it would show.
I have already what? LOL. I don't remember what that was about.
I don't even know. I have no. Oh, I literally wrote that. I said we're on episode 18 out of 22, and Quinn is showing no signs of a baby bump. Honestly, this had good. All of my notes for this one are just lines. Yeah, for the Madonna. Well, okay. Well, this is the first one of the tribute episodes that we get. I don't think they really knew what they were doing yet, because this is not really. Because when they do the Britney episode, the Michael Jackson episode, those make a little bit more sense. This one was all over the place.
First one I claim out of the
okay, so we're not counting this one.
No, I don't. Count
okay.
That Tom Chicago one that we get to. Anyways, I don't have that many. I do like the art. I said, having a stroke right there. I want to know the artistic choice behind the girls wearing purple and the boys wearing dark clothes in "Like a Virgin." Because all the girls are wearing the same shade of purple.
Yeah.
And you would think since it's like a virgin, you would be wearing white or something.
Maybe it's a reference to the Madonna. I've never seen the Madonna music video for that, so I don't know. She's not?
No.
Oh, then I don't know. I have no thoughts on that.
All of my notes are just costume choices. And the last note is, why is Rachel's belt off center in "Like a Prayer"? It's literally off center. I don't understand. It was on the side of her hip.
I don't even remember. I don't know.
That's what I focus on. That's literally it.
Okay, I'm going to read you some of the lines that I wrote because I thought they were funny. So Rachel's talking about her and Jesse, and Quinn goes, "Would you please stop talking? You're grossing out my baby." I don't know. I thought it was funny. Brittany says, "When I pulled my hamstring, I went to a misogynist." Kurt says to Sue when they're trying to join the Cheerios, he says, "Mercedes is black. I'm gay. We make culture."
Ooh, I love that line. I love that line.
It was a good line. And then Brittany says, so Jesse shows up. Does Jesse join at this point?
I think so.
Okay, so yeah, because that's what this line is about. So Brittany says, "Mr. Shu, is he your son?" And I don't know why it was so funny. It's not that funny, but it was when I was watching it, I thought it was hilarious.
So funny.
Oh, and Kurt and Mercedes become Cheerios in this episode.
Yeah.
Not, yeah. Okay. And final thoughts?
About
yeah.
Okay. They didn't know 30 the tributes.
No, definitely not. Episode 16, Home. When Kurt sets his dad Bert up with an unexpected partner in order to have a real family, his plan for an average family backfires. Sue demands that Mercedes goes on a diet and loses 10 pounds in preparation for a big interview with Splits magazine. Mercedes and Quinn discuss body issues, while Kristen Chenoweth returns as April Rhodes to help. Oh my God, I literally can't read. To help Will save the Glee Club.
I don't like this episode either.
Is it April again?
Yeah, I said April gives me whiplash.
She's just so.
Like April Rhodes, and then like Kurt having a crush on Finn and trying to do all these things to make sure Finn is in his life, and then getting mad when Finn catches on. Like, it just pisses me off.
No, yeah.
Bert is so selfish. Like, he's setting up Bert, sweet Bert, with.
Oh my God.
Bert is the king. Bert is the king.
Bert.
Bert is being so selfish, and Bert puts himself on the line for Kurt, and Kurt is being so selfish.
Yeah.
So irritating to me.
Okay, I wrote this down with perfect punctuation because I needed to be clear that I got this through. Bert and Carol are the best Glee couple, and I will not be taking questions. I'm right. Right. Sorry. I'm right. I love them.
They're the both only like truly level-headed people.
Yes. And not only that, but both the actors are incredible. I literally wrote their names. Okay, so Romy Rosemont is Carol, and Mike O'Malley is Bert. Their acting is so good, and every time they show up on screen, even if it's for 30 seconds, 10 out of 10. I just love them. That's my only notes for this episode is I love Bert and Carol. I love them.
And then I said, oh, because the boys are just so selfish. And I said, can't those boys understand the parents grieving? Because I think, like, Finn was getting mad at his mom for, like, wanting to move on. And, like, he was like, oh, you're not taking anything into consideration. Like, you just want to forget him. And she, like, broke down crying, being like, I take him every single night to bed and I tell him about my day. And, like, I was like, oh my God. I wrote that before that happened. And then when that happened, I was like, oh my God. And then I said when Mercedes did that, because she sings beautiful at the rally instead of because of like in protest of losing weight. And I said when she did that at the pep rally, I cried. Like when I was watching this when I was a child, I sobbed my eyes out. I was like, yes.
Good.
I'm still not very skinny. Like nobody ever really made fun of my weight, but I still like obviously was self-conscious about it.
Mm-hmm.
So when I saw that, I was just like, "You're right." And that song in general just makes me cry.
It's such a good song.
Such a good song. It's guaranteed tearjerker.
No, yeah, but also like the leading up to it, where like Sue is basically fat shaming Mercedes the entire episode. And so Mercedes is like feeling horrible the entire time. She like almost dies because like she's not eating. And so then at the end she gives a speech and she's like, this is whatever. Like she sings the song and it was just a great scene. She sings it so good. And then everyone joins her. I loved it.
I love the Quinn and Mercedes friendship.
Me too.
Like the start of it, this one. Because like she's like, no, I see where you're coming from. Like I used to be true too. I used to starve myself, and then I was just like, I love them. There's like the friendship I didn't know I needed.
I don't remember this. Do you remember them being friends? Because I don't.
No, I don't. But I guess like when I was, I didn't really. That's not what I was there for. Somewhat more emotional intelligence. That's for the friendship.
Yeah. So that's I didn't really care for the songs in this episode. Kristen Chenoweth sings great, but like April does nothing for me.
Sucks. Like I love Kristen Chenoweth so much, but April Rhodes just sucks so much.
Yeah. I'm so sorry, Kristen. Okay, so, huh?
Beautiful is the best song of that episode.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Everything
Episode 17, Bad Reputation. This episode is so weird, but I love it. Mr. Schuster starts an investigation when when a list about members of the Glee Club circulates the halls of McKinley High. Meanwhile, Sue is mortified when a video of her performing the Olivia Newton-John classic Physical surfaces thanks to Kurt, who steals a video from Sue's computer. She is embarrassed as the Glee Club and student body jokes with her, and she retaliates with a glist ranking Glee Club members on their sexual quotient. This causes drama, and Will tries to find the creator of the glist. Some of the students who aren't ranked low or aren't even on the glist try to boost up their bad reputation. Will also has the students find songs with bad reputations and attempt to make them better.
I don't like this episode either.
Really?
This is the chunk of episodes that I hate. So, like, the last 3 episodes, I don't like them. But then it starts picking up for me again.
Okay. So do you have any notes for this one?
Yeah, I only have 3. So I might as
well
get them out there. I have a frowny face and then Ice Ice Baby.
Yeah. I literally wrote Sorry, what?
Does that I just can't. I will.
No, yeah, I wrote Mr. Shu performing Ice Ice Baby is a hate crime.
It is.
It really is.
I like skip it because you start to read all of them do the dances, and I was just like, no, I don't like it when he tries to do hip hop dance moves. It makes me comfortable in a sweater vest. It just doesn't make sense. Anyways, and then I have the fact that Rachel convinced all of them to do that is iconic.
I love it.
And I loved it. It's great. The fact that she convinced every single one of those boys to do that, I was like, her power is kind of impressive. Yeah. She tells, because Jessie obviously gets upset because like that's her actual boyfriend at the time.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I'm so sorry. She's like, I just have the pathological need to be popular. And I was like, I was like, if that isn't her motivation right there, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
That's all I have for this.
You have nothing on the fact that they got Olivia Newton-John to play herself but be like an evil version of herself? You don't... No. I loved that so much. Okay, first of all, it's the first season of this show. The amount of guest stars that they got is so impressive.
Okay, I didn't think about it in that context.
Well, I still
put it in that context. Sure.
No, even in the context of the episode, I think it's so funny.
I just hate the storyline because like almost every show does it. Because remember, like when that Star Wars kid thing happened, and it was like the video, like somebody filmed the Star Wars kid in the like at school, and he's like playing with the freaking broom, pretending it's a lightsaber and stuff, and that went viral. That's like beginning of internet history. And that was like one of the first viral videos, and then everybody made fun of him for it. So literally every like sitcom-y show has like an episode where that happens, where the Victorious even does it.
Okay.
Like, they always do, and I just hate episodes like that because I'm just like, who cares? I feel like nobody actually cares about that stuff happening, and I don't feel bad for Sue because she's just mean.
Well, I don't feel bad for Sue, but I think the fact that Olivia Newton-John, the way she talks, she's like, well, I'm like a blah, 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 and she lists off her accomplishments like all casual. I think it's so funny what they, like, and that she agreed to it.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, I like this episode. But yeah, I didn't really have that many notes. I just put, I hated Ice Ice Baby. I love that they got Olivia Newton-John, and Run Joey Run is so funny. That's it.
It's so funny. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Like the production value went off on that.
Oh, and then they sing Total Eclipse of the Heart at the end, which, great. I loved it.
10 out of 10.
Okay. Episode 18, Laryngitis. When a sore throat affects Rachel's singing voice, she goes into panic mode, and Finn takes her to the doctor in order to find out what's wrong with her. Not without trying to show Rachel how much he still really likes her. Meanwhile, Kurt tries to change his personality to impress his father, and Puck makes a strategic move to elevate his social status by dating Mercedes after his mohawk is cut off.
Yeah. In this episode, there's good songs. Jessie's Girl, first of all. Amazing use of that song. Love that. Because this is when Finn like actually figures out like he actually wants to be Rachel. But I like how like they didn't like make him like forcefully do it. Besides like this is like kind of like the only moment where he was just like blatantly obvious that he wanted Rachel in front of everybody, right. But he like let them do what they need to, even though Jesse kind of disappears at some point. Anyways, and I said, Puck and Mercedes, OMG. I forgot about that. I totally forgot that happened.
Oh.
I mean, because like Puck is dating Mercedes, like they're dating. It's so weird. And then Santana gets mad, and we get Boy Is Mine, and oh my god, that is so good. I love it. Really is. Mercedes do it. It's so good. And there's a lot happening in this episode.
Yeah, but also nothing is happening at the same time.
I have Finn and Rachel, I'm soft. I don't remember what the context of that is. Oh my god, wait, this is the episode where Finn takes Rachel to his friend.
Oh, yes.
Nothing happens in this episode.
I honestly don't have any notes about that, and the episode description didn't mention that either, so it just like flew over my head.
Oh my god, that was so huge, because I was like, I wrote like low-key cried at the end, and I was like, why did I cry at the end? And I was like, Finn's friend. And then
yes.
And then that's why I wrote Finn and Rachel, I'm soft. Because like that's when like you see like Finn, like his like sensitive, like caring side, and like shows that he actually cares about Rachel, and it's really sweet. And his friend is so sweet. So cute.
Yeah, it was a good scene, and I think it's for once, like, it was like Rachel needed like a reality check, like, this isn't the end of the world for you, and you need to like calm down. So I think that's why it was a good scene.
I like it.
I also wrote Finn singing Jesse's Girl is the best use of a song in the entire show. It literally doesn't get better than that, I'm sorry. And then I wrote Bert is the best TV dad in history. I don't remember. I think it's because he's like, Finn was basically sort of having a relationship with Kurt's dad at this point, because Finn never had a dad, and they have like similar interests. And so Kurt is like, I'm gonna pretend to be straight and like wear all this clothes and make out with Brittany, so that my dad will like talk to me. And Bert is like, you don't need to do that. And I was like, it's such a good scene. I love that storyline. Okay, any more thoughts on this one?
Yeah. See, there's a lot happening with a bunch of different characters.
Yeah. Okay, I honestly, for some reason, the description just made me forget about everything that happened this episode. Okay, episode 19, Dream On. Will's former high school nemesis, Brian Ryan, guest star Neil Patrick Harris, causes trouble for the Glee Club by trying to figure out which programs to cut out of the school's art department, and has his eyes set on the Glee Club. Meanwhile, Artie makes the decision he will never achieve his dream to dance, or his incapability to walk, despite Tina's attempts to give him hope that he will regain functionality of his legs one day. With Jesse's help, Rachel undergoes further attempts to find out who her biological mother is.
Oh, and then we have the storyline of Archie and Tina, like Archie thinking that he can walk again.
Artie. This is in Riverdale. You said Archie.
Just because I watched so many TikToks, and all the TikToks I'm seeing are like, to Archie and Ryan.
No.
I think it's just like embedded in my head at this point. So that. But when he tried to walk and then he fell, I was like, oh. I wrote when Artie fell, ouchie.
Yeah, that's the best way to describe that scene. He's like, just leave me here. I'm like, oh my god.
I was like, how are you gonna get up?
Yeah.
And then Rachel thinking her mom is Patti LuPone.
That was so good.
Full circle moment.
Yeah.
Patti LuPone is so pretty.
I love Patti LuPone. Anyway.
Brian and Ryan, and they have like their bro moment in the bar, and then they're like, oh, let's go audition for Les Mis. And then Will auditions for the same part as him, and I'm like, Will, why can't you just let this man have it? Because we figured out his issue is that he never got to live out his dreams. Yeah. And Will, you have your dreams to spend the Glee Club, so like just let Brian Ryan have it. And also he did better in the song.
He really did.
He hit that high note at the end, and I was like, woo!
They got Neil Patrick Harris for that because they knew he couldn't do it. So he should have just gotten the role from the beginning. Yeah. I don't know. I didn't have that many notes about this episode. Oh, Josh Whedon directed this episode, which is random, but on Netflix it literally says like directed by Joss Whedon, and I was like, okay. He like directed like Avengers and like he's like Buffy. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Like he.
I don't know what that is, but.
Okay. Anyway, well, yeah, he directed this episode. I loved Will's. Oh, okay. So Will gives a speech to Brian Ryan about like dying stars, and like when they die, they turn into black holes. I was like, that was a good speech. That was great writing. I loved it.
And I put no safety dance.
You put what?
No safety dance.
Oh.
That number. It makes me so sad.
Yeah. I just. I wish they had picked a different song.
Yeah.
Because like.
That song, there could have. I don't know.
All the other songs have the word dream in it. Like Will and Brian sing Dream On. Shelby and Rachel sing I Dreamed a Dream, which is so good. And then Artie sings Dream a Little Dream at the end. But then Safety Dance is just like randomly in there.
Yeah, it's so weird. And then I have casting Idina as Rachel's mom is so iconic.
Yeah.
It's such good casting.
It's so good.
It's so good.
And their duets together?
So good.
They're so good. Okay, episode 20, oh my god, I literally can't read. Theatricality. Huh?
Next episode we're switching off.
Okay. Tina struggles when Figgin tells her not to dress in her gothic fashion anymore, as he believes that she's a vampire. Rachel reveals to the New Directions that Vocal Adrenaline is planning to do Lady Gaga for regionals, and Will encourages them to express themselves using the music of Lady Gaga, which would also act as a way for Tina to find a new style. Meanwhile, Rachel has a life-changing encounter when she finds out that the coach of Vocal Adrenaline is her mother. The boys, Sam's Kurt, decide to do Kiss instead of Lady Gaga, while Finn and Kurt face new challenges after Bert and Carol decide to move in together. This episode is so good.
Yeah. Because it starts off with Finn moving in, like them surprised. Yes. And I was like, I would scream if that's the way somebody told me I was moving into somebody's house. I would fucking scream. So I don't know how Finn did it.
And not only that, but they're like.
It's so weird towards him.
Who?
It's just so weird.
Oh, yeah.
He makes me so uncomfortable.
But not only that, it's like, they're like, we're moving in, and also you are sharing a room.
Yeah, which is like, you didn't even talk to me about it. I feel like that's a big...
It is.
So, I don't know. And then I have theatricality starred. Because, like, when they did the Glee project, that was like a whole theme. It was like theatricality. And I just think it's such a fun word.
I've never seen the Glee project.
We have to find it.
We have to find it before they start putting in those people in, which I think is season 3.
Yeah.
It might be. Yeah, because it's who won?
I think Blake Jenner won, which is
Oh, okay. All that like crop of characters comes in season 3. So yeah. We'll watch it before.
The Glee project.
They had who?
2 seasons of that.
Oh, really?
I think Blake won the first season, and then someone else won the second season. I don't know, but I love that show, and I was like, I'm gonna get on that show, and I'm gonna get on. I'm not good.
No, I believe you. I fully believe you. But I've never seen an episode of it, so we have to find it somewhere, and we can talk about that too.
Freaking great. And then that the men got mad. I said, what are the men bringing to the table? Because Finn's like, we always do what the girls want to do. And I'm like, y'all never suggest anything. Why are you getting mad? You're not even doing anything. Ugh.
No, they definitely, I don't know. Oh, I wrote Finn was so annoying this episode. I don't know why. I guess he was just in a mood, I think.
Yeah, it's to be fair. Yeah. And I said, this is kind of problematic, but I said, bro, Kurt is obviously trying to make moves on Finn and they gets mad, but also Finn, I don't know, I don't like it.
What?
So, like, I think I just don't like how either of them handled it. Because, like, Kurt is obviously trying to, like, make Finn like him to some extent. Finn, but then the way Finn is reacting to it is just showing the homophobia because of the football thing, you know? And living in Ohio for his life.
Yes.
He drops the F word.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, so before we like fully dissect that. I'm just gonna quickly like talk about the whole Shelby thing that happened this episode, and then we'll talk about the whole lamp situation because there's a lot up there. So basically, so what happened was Shelby told Jesse to like infiltrate Rachel so that she could find out that Rachel could find out that Shelby was her mom, which I think is so inappropriate and just not the way to handle that, and was like so disrespectful to Rachel's dads. So I didn't like that whole situation. And so they like talk about it, and then they're like, we're just not gonna do this. And then she gives her a little like cup that looks like it's from the Dollar Tree, and she's like, gold stars are kind of my thing, which I was like, oh, that's cute, but
I know. And
I don't know.
She's like, of course it is. I was like,
it's so good. And then I wrote, I love the poker face cover, 10 out of 10. It's so like weird, but it just works because it's them. Okay, so what happens with Finn and Kurt is Finn is at the end of his line because Kurt basically redoes the entire room and makes it look like, I don't know, I hate it. I think it's so ugly.
Like, I melted the masculine, the feminine. I was like, where?
He literally looks like he raided the Pier 1 Imports sales section. Like, it's horrible. I hate it.
Just left the way the room was and added some more brass and iron and called it a day. There you go.
Really? You call the Property Brothers. They'll fix it up for you. It's just like the way he did it. I don't know. And so Finn is like not having it. And so Finn finally brings it up. He's like, I know, like, I see the way you look at me. I like change in the bathroom because you're making me uncomfortable. And so he starts yelling at Kurt, which like, okay, Kurt has been acting a little creepy. But then Finn starts like Kurt is like, let's just redo the room. And Finn is like, well, let's start by getting rid of this F-word lamp and this F-word carpet. We're not saying F-word like the cuss word. We're saying like the insult used toward, the slur. And Bert hears it. And he comes downstairs and he starts yelling at Finn, and he goes, I understand why you have this mindset because of the culture that you're in. But you're not going to be using those words under my roof. Yes. And he goes, I forgot to write it down, but he goes, I love your mom, but my son comes first. And if this is going to cost me her. Yeah. So, it was such a good scene.
I wish Bert had also like seen the way Kurt was treating Finn. And like,
yeah, but it was.
He has to be overprotective of Kurt because like he does get ridiculed so much, but also like Kurt was being freaking slimy too.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for Finn's reaction.
To like do that, I was like up with Finn until he started like going crazy, and I was like,
yeah,
man, I was with you until you did that.
Yeah.
I think they had to make Finn's character do that because at the end of the day, Finn is still going to be likable.
Yes.
He's like, I'm going to grow. He's like, I understand what I did was wrong in the past. And like, I'm not going to do that anymore.
Yeah.
So, like, for somebody that said that, we'd be like, oh.
No.
But since
it had to be Finn.
We can let it go. We know he's a good person at the end of the day.
Yeah, and in the episode, the memorial episode, they bring this up again, and Bert says, "Oh, have you never seen the memorials episode?"
No, dude, I can't watch it. Fine.
Oh my god. Well, okay. Wow, I didn't know. I thought you had stopped at that episode, but okay. Basically, they're like.
And I was crying so much I couldn't even watch it.
Okay, well, I'll mention this little part.
Through the hallway and then showing his face, and I was like, I can't do it anymore. I love Finn so much. I'm gonna cry.
No. Okay, let me take a breath. But what happens is they're like looking through Finn's stuff, and like they're like, this is what we donate, this is what we're keeping, this is what we're selling, whatever. And they find the lamp that like Finn insulted. He had put it into his room. Like he had taken the lamp and put it into his own room, and Kurt was like, we can get rid of it. I don't know what I was thinking. That was an ugly lamp. And Bert is like, no, I want to keep it. Like I need a desk lamp anyway. And Bert was like, I should have reacted to that a little bit better. Like Finn didn't have a prejudice bone in his body. I don't know. I think it's a good follow-up to this scene. So when we get there, it's a good sort of like, you see a little bit more of what Bert's reaction to it. And Finn he put the lamp in his room. He kept the lamp as a reminder to like, Finn's
a good person.
Okay, Okay, we're gonna move on before you die. Episode 21, Funk. Okay.
Why did you tell me that? I'm literally crying now.
Episode 21, Funk. The New Directions get some news that's sure to rattle a few nerves as Jesse St. James returns to Vocal Adrenaline, which shakes Rachel. Vocal Adrenaline intimidates New Directions by decorating their choir room with toilet paper, leaving them in a funkification. Will motivates the Glee Club to perform funk numbers, as that is Vocal Adrenaline's main weakness. Meanwhile, Quinn connects with her funky side with a little help from Mercedes, and Sue begins to have a crush on someone she always calls an enemy. Jesse and Rachel's relationship goes even further down in the dumps, and Will and Terry finalize their divorce. Okay, this felt like more of a plot episode than anything else because I don't really like it that much, but it felt like things that needed to happen to set up the finale.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
I have Jesse frowny face.
Oh.
And then I have another one, Bites the Dust is so good. It's
that
so
what?
Another one, Bites the Dust.
Oh, yeah.
So good. And then I have, because I don't know what Will is talking about, but Santana says, besides creeping us out, why are you telling us this? So funny. Santana's like the one that ever calls out Will for being super creepy.
Yeah, because he is.
Is.
I wrote overall gross episode.
Yeah.
All the characters act a little gross in this episode.
Everyone was just like funky, you know? And then Kurt said, I'm so depressed, I've worn the same outfit twice this week. And I was like, if I don't relate to anything else in this show,
is that I
said I had to skip Will seducing Sue. I skipped that 6 minutes and I skipped it. I could not watch
the song
and like the talking and like, because like I just have fever dreams about it. I didn't watch the scene, but I know they like have like a crazy amount of zooms on Will's butt.
Yes.
And I didn't want to. It made me so uncomfortable. I could not do it. And then it just was like, oh, and Sue has some cool feelings towards Will now, and it's like, what is happening?
That whole Shu and Sue storyline, I hated it. Yes, Sue was annoying, but I felt like that was such a gross way to deal with. Like he like stooped down to her level and like manipulated her, and like he like made her think this, and then asked her out on a date, and then ghosted her, and then she shows up to his house, and he's like right on time. And not only that, but back to Will's anger issues. Yeah, Will's insane. He literally like Sue comes in and she's like, I'm gonna put this trophy in here. Like she's just like playing, like being like insane as she always is. But then he grabs the trophy and throws it against the wall and shatters it in front of all the kids. And I'm like, what are you doing?
I don't know why he does that. And then I don't know what the loser scene had to do with anything. Like when they're working in the store. Also, I really do like how like after Rachel got egged, and Finn and Puck were like, no, like that's so messed up, and they like avenged her getting egged. I thought that was cute. And then Terry's like, oh, how old are you?
and
he's like 16. I'm like, you're telling me that giant is 16 years old?
But not only that, Terry is suddenly a predator. She's like, I get what they were trying to do is that, she's trying to find a new Will because like he was 16 when they met. But it's like, Terry, you are like 40. I don't know what you're doing. And she's like, you're like my second chance. And I'm like, okay, that's bizarre. And so then there's the whole Quinn performs, it's a man's world. It's a man's world, whatever, which with pregnant ladies. And the choreography is so weird. And then Mercedes is like not having it. So I really like the talk they have where Quinn is like, that was inappropriate of me. Like, and she like acknowledges her like white privileges. And even though she's pregnant, she's like, it's still not as bad as what you're going to go through. She's like, I'm pregnant for 9 months, but you're going to be black your entire life. And, you know, I don't know. I thought it was a good scene of like Quinn changing throughout the season.
Growth, you could say.
Growth.
And then I have the very end, Kurt opening Give Up the Funk is, I don't know if it's him singing, but like, I don't know why he came out first. I'm very confused.
With the deep voice?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. I don't want to think about it. I hate this episode. I just like the only thing I liked in the whole episode was the Mercedes and Quinn storyline. I hated everything else. Okay, and finally, episode 22, Journey to Regionals.
Back one more thing on episode 20.
Okay.
Jesse said to Shelby, like, oh, I'm actually starting to care about this girl. But then does that to her? Anyway, but I still love Jesse. Because
okay.
Kind of. Anyways, that's all.
Episode 22, Journey. I don't know if it's Journey or Regionals. I have it written. It doesn't matter. The moment the New Directions have been waiting for has finally arrived. It's time for regionals. When Sue pulls a fast one on Will and the Glee Clubbers, becoming one of the judges, their chances at the title could be compromised. Meanwhile, Quinn's life changes forever, and Finn and Rachel begin to rebuild their relationship. Thoughts, opinions, concerns?
Well, we find out that Emma's dating somebody, which is
yes.
I love that. But then Will still kisses her later.
Yeah.
Will, that is so inappropriate. Oh God, he just doesn't. He's so selfish. He is, and then I'm just like, this happened at sectionals too. But why does everybody get out of their seats and like start clapping? That happened at sectionals when we were at regionals too. Why is everyone getting out of their freaking seats and dancing? It's so weird.
I don't know. I think they're trying to emphasize that, like, ooh, it's a good time.
And then they love that hand motion where they start at the bottom and they go like, ah. They love that. They're like, wow.
Okay.
And then, that's where I had the note where I said, has Quinn been living with Finn this entire time? No. But no, she moved multiple times. I totally missed that part. And then she said that she wanted Mercedes to be with her while she was
Yeah. Yeah, it was good. I think, so basically, the whole episode is basically just the whole regionals competition. First of all, I know a lot of people get sick of it. I will never get sick of Don't Stop Believing. I don't care. I will never get sick of it.
I have a note. I said, fine. I do love Don't Stop Believing.
Yes. It's good. And when they sing it, it's good.
The version was better, I think.
Well, yeah, because...
more people.
Yeah. And it was the first scene, the first time they sing Don't Stop Believing, it's the 5 of them on stage. And then they show shots of Puck over here in a corner, and Sue and Santana and Quinn up in the balcony, and they're all like split up. But then at the end, it's all of them singing it together, and now there's this group, so it makes sense for them to sing it again. They're not just doing it because they like the song. They're doing it because it makes sense for the story. Yes.
I agree. I like this version a lot better. This version where I'm like, yeah, we can get behind. Approved. And then...
Quinn gives birth. She goes into labor. No, not into labor. Her water breaks as soon as her mom like shows up, and she basically is like, I'm leaving your dad. Not because of what he did to her, but because he was cheating on her. Which I was like, okay, maybe you could have just said it's because he like kicked your daughter out, but sure, I guess cheating on you also does it. And so Quinn, like, her water breaks, and then Vocal Adrenaline starts performing Bohemian Rhapsody while Quinn is giving birth. And it's the best scene in the entire show.
It is. And I said Bohemian Rhapsody is so hard to sing, and they went hard. And then I said, is that the only song that they sung because it's so long?
Oh.
I thought the rule was that you had to sing 3 songs. I don't know. I pick up on the weirdest things.
You really do. I don't know, because I don't remember them singing anything else. Let me see if the wiki says anything. Bohemian Rhapsody. No, they don't sing anything else.
So I don't even think they should have won in the first place because they broke the rules. Anyway.
Yeah.
And then when like Sue like got put in her place with all the celebrities.
Yeah.
So funny. And then went off on Figgins, and I was like, "Cake Queen."
She really did. Okay, Sue was good in this episode. So the judges in this episode were Josh Groban, Olivia Newton-John, Sue, and then that like news reporter guy that like pops up a couple times. And then they have that little scene in the room where Sue was like, well, I want the New Directions to lose. and then everyone else just starts completely trashing them. And Sue's like, well, they're not that bad. And then they start insulting, like Olivia Newton-John is like, is that a poor people's school? Brunettes have no place in show business. Like, she starts saying these things where Sue's like, okay. And then Josh Groban all of a sudden is evil in the Glee verse, which was weird. And so, yeah, I don't know. And then Sue ends up voting for New Directions to win first place, which she doesn't ever tell anyone, but we see it happen. So I thought I liked that. And then she ends up saving the Glee Club with a chunk of Cheerios budget. I don't even remember.
She gives part of Cheerios budget to them, I guess. Yeah.
Which shows that clearly budget was never an issue, and she could have done this 22 episodes ago, but whatever.
But it's still going to be an issue in next season. I know it.
It is. I already started it, and already there's a whole thing going on here. It's exhausting. It's honestly really tiring.
It is literally the most exhausting thing, because it's like, Sue, we know you like them, all right? We know you like them, so stop it. Stop this nonsense.
Yeah, I don't know. So what are your final thoughts on the whole
season 1 and the whole?
Well, let's rate it first as the second half individually, and then as a whole.
Let's do the rating out of Don't Rain on My Parades.
Yes, I agree.
I'm gonna give it I don't remember what I give the first one.
7.5, and I give it a 7.
Okay, so then I'm gonna give this one an 8.
I'm gonna go a little higher. I'm gonna give it a 9. I think it's one of the best half seasons of Glee. Yeah, I think the better parts cancel out some of the worst parts of the season.
Yeah, I just know that season 2 and 3 are so good. I'm just anticipating that. So.
Okay, fine. 8.5.
Yeah.
Don't Rain on My Parades.
Like, I already know that's the best. So, yeah.
Okay, and as a whole?
I'm gonna give it a 7.
What? The first season?
No. I'm gonna give it an 8.
Yeah, I think it's very much a B season. Or C? I don't know what that grade is. I guess C.
So once we get to when they're trying to get to the new people, it's gonna drop significantly.
I hate the new people.
I like them. I like
Margaret. You like?
Yes, I like her.
Oh no! I hate all the new, the Walmart version of the characters. I like the season 6 new Gleers better. You haven't seen them yet, but yeah, I know they bring in a whole 5 new characters into the last season.
They really tried to believe it. They did, and that was Billie Eilish's brother too. How crazy!
Yes, that's insane. Anyway, so that's what we'll talk about next in season 2 of Glee.
Wait till the Warblers get here, man. That's when things are gonna shake up for me.
And that's what you missed on Glee.